Hey sis, I'm gonna just talk to y'all real quick because I'm on my way to a quick little dinner tonight. I just wanted to get on real quick just to come on here just to encourage you, to let you know that that it's your time to manifest. Like, I'm not really sure like what it is that God has laid on your heart to do in 2025. But y'all, I have felt like this fire under my feet since before the beginning of this year. And it's like the minute this year began, it's almost like I started like running with what God had told me to do like years ago. Things that I've been sitting on, things I've kind of been like playing around with. And honestly, y'all, like, I feel like some days I feel like I can't stop. Like, I'ma just say it like this. Like, it's your time to manifest. Like, it's your time to be who God called you to be. It's your time to speak what God told you to speak. Like, it's time for all of that. But yeah, like, it's time. Like, I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know what else do you need for God to say or do for you to just do what he's called you to do. Like, y'all, you know what I find so crazy is that most of us, y'all, we run away from something that we are ordained to overtake. Like, we run away from the calling that God has specifically created for you and I. And we are so busy running that we don't even realize that we are literally designed. We were created to fulfill that purpose. So you're worrying about where you don't fit. You're worrying about who accepts you, who doesn't accept you. You're worrying about, is this really something that God told me I can do? Like, I can do that? When from the beginning you were designed to do that. Say this with me. Everything that I am and everything that I need to be has already been created on the inside of me. Y'all, so many times we are looking our whole life, I can bet you this, our whole life we have been looking for things outside of us to fulfill us. And I want you to know in this year that you don't need anything outside of you other than your God, which at the same point in time, he's not outside of you either, because he should be living on the inside of you. The Spirit of God that leads, he's the comforter. He's the one who leads. He's the one who guides. He's the one who corrects, rebukes, leads us in the path that God wants us to be in. He's not really going apart from you, but he's already in you. So if he's in you, then that means that when that time is right, everything that he created for you and in you, he made you to be who you called to be, that means that gotta come forth. You've been sleeping on yourself. You've been sleeping on the things that God has put in you. And you waiting around for somebody else to see what God has already said concerning you. Why are you waiting around for people that barely even have an identity or an idea of their own identity to point you in the right direction on where you should go? Now, I'm not saying that's not for people that are called to your life, such as leaders and people that are called to speak and to see for your life and to see where you go and lead and guide you in places where we're not familiar. I'm not talking about that, because we need a leader. We need people to lead us. We need people to tell us, don't go that way, because we're not familiar with that kind of stuff. But there is a time when there will be people that have no idea of who you are, and they will try to diminish who you are and treat the gold that is really gold trashy. And so you can't get confused by what people do and what people say and what you go through and the circumstances and trials, because really those things are there to birth out of you and to make the thing that is on the inside of you come forth. Oh my God, y'all, this is the year where God is calling all the Lazarus to come forth. And he's calling us by name. Why? Because there is a manifestation that must take place. There is a manifestation that must happen. And it must be those who are called by God. Many of us, I don't know if maybe a few of you, you may still be waiting around and taking your time and moving slow at the beginning of this year. But I don't know about you. But since the beginning of the year, y'all, my feet have been moving. I've been doing the things that God been told me to do that I had not done, because I don't want to be stuck no longer in a place where I've always been because I didn't do what God told me to do. I don't know about you, but I want to produce. I want to create. I want to manifest everything that God has said concerning my life. Yeah, I posted some on TikTok, like in my little thoughts bubble or whatever, and it was saying something along the lines of, sis, this is the year where you produce, you create, and you manifest things. Like you are the one that's going to manifest it. You create, you produce, and you manifest. Come forth now. You don't have time to wait. We ain't got time to wait. You don't know when you're going to be taken up out of here. And I don't know about you, but I want to make sure when I do leave that I'm not leaving with nothing left in me. I'm not leaving with no talents still in me. I'm not leaving with no things like, I'm not leaving with nothing. Like, I'm going to leave everything that he gave me. I'm going to put it in the earth. And then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it on this earth. I'm not talking about burying it in the earth. I'm talking about doing it. I'm talking about make it come forth. Because I just got a crazy feeling that there's a couple of crazy sisters on this thing that is really seeking and really wants to be who God called them to be. And I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So, and another thing, y'all, this is my last point, and I'm going to go about my business because I got somewhere to be, okay? But I had to come on here and just encourage you, because I understand what it is to run away from your purpose. I understand what it is to run away from the very thing that God keeps saying you're capable and you are more than able to accomplish and overcome. Sis, stop talking yourself down. Stop allowing the enemy to talk you out of what God has said that you can do. I made a video the first time I posted on TikTok, like last year, and it was about the story of like what Moses is. Don't allow yourself and others to talk you out of the very thing that God has said that you can do. We got to come into agreement with what God has said concerning my life. We've got to come into agreement with the plans that he has. We got to come into agreement with his will. And since the only way we're going to do that is if we deny ourselves. If I deny myself daily, if I deny myself and the ideas that I have of me, then I'll begin to grow and mature and begin to see life in the perspective of what God desires for me to see it. And that means he wants me to see that I'm more than capable to start that business. I'm more than capable to run that company. I'm more than able to raise the kids and build that family. I'm more than capable to buy that house. I'm more than capable to go into rooms where normally people wouldn't call me to go into. Yeah, I'm more than capable. Why? It's not just because of me, but it's because the God ability that lives on the inside of me. My apostle talks about that all the time. He says the God factor. And I just believe that this year the God factor is backing you up. But you've got to come into agreement and alignment, because he can't back you up if you're not saying what he says. He can't back you up if you're not in agreement with what he said concerning your life. I love you, girl. And stop counting yourself out. If God said it, then who else can be against that? Not even yourself is strong enough to take back what God thinks about you, no matter what you think about yourself. But when you come into agreement with it, you'll begin to see the fruits of what your belief and faith in God and his word concerning you begin to see it actually manifest. I love you, girl. Until next time. Oh, don't forget, y'all, to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you do not forget to get posts. Y'all, we are actually about to change the name of this channel. So I just want to give you a heads up, okay? It will no longer be the Sisterhood Society or the Sisterhood Society podcast. It will now be the Sister You Society, okay? The Sister You Society. And I will be changing that pretty soon, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case anybody is ever coming on here searching for it in the future and maybe didn't see this video. But I definitely want to just let you guys know that. And I'll be sharing it all on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that, just so you guys can know. But I love you, and until next time, peace.